Hello and welcome to 5 or 8. I'm your host Liam. Today I am talking about a game night that Zoe, you hosted at your house. We came over and played some casual games. We started off with Mintworks, which is a game in a tiny little tin where we're using the little mint, like not actual mints, but like mint like sort of figures or mint pieces to try to build an engine and race for points. It was the first time you guys played it. What did you guys think of it?
I thought it was really interesting because there were so many different avenues that you could go down with the different types of cards that came out. And I really like those kind of games where there are like a whole different bunch of options and different things to try, and then, we watch the deck turn over, the next card revealed, and it's like, oh, yes, no, yes, no. So I thought that was a good bit of fun.
Zoe?
I love the compact nature. It's in this tiny little mint tin, and honestly, the pieces did look edible, so you just don't play it around kids probably. Though I found it really frustrating at the beginning how slow it was to like gain momentum. You could only really get one extra mint, and then things were like so expensive. But other than that, I thought it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does depend on the sort of the deck of if you're going to get a couple of cards that generate mints, which generates currency to buy more stuff, or you just sort of slowly build up. And then there's sort of a point where it's like, and it's over in 2 extra turns as people. It becomes the engine building so it swaps from engine building to the race for points very quickly, which means it's a very fast game, which I don't mind at all. After that, we played the Crew, which is the first time we were all playing, sort of learn together, which is the cooperative trick-taking game. What did you guys think?
It's a bit like Hearts, but with like goals that you have to meet. And I really like Hearts, so I did very much enjoy this game. I found it interesting, like the learning process. There's like how many different steps are there to actually play the full version of the game? How many were there?
Well,
50 or something.
Yeah, there's like 50 different missions you can play, and we kind of jumped around because like the first one is like one person has to win one trick involving one card, but we're like, well, we don't need to do like that but we can do. Oh, we'll start off. We'll do like a mission 8, then we'll do mission 15, then we'll do mission 17. We'll sort of try a few different mechanics, and that was sort of a nice way to sort of we sort of have experience of the game, because you can go with the same group over a number of nights. I'm going to go from 1 to 50. Or you just go, let's just put a couple random ones out. So that was sort of a nice way to sort of, we'll play this.
I think where we sort of jumped into the learning when we sort of started to do the missions in order was about right for us. And it was interesting to see, like, as we'd all kind of click and go, oh, like, I think we've made a mistake, or now I understand what we have to do. And the information that we could and couldn't share, and trying to understand afterwards what we were trying to mean is always a good bit of fun.
Yeah, especially when you can't communicate what you have in your hands, or you get very limited communication, so you kind of have to try and figure out, they didn't play something here, that means they don't have any more in that suit, which means I can potentially win that, but And
there was one round where I remember I picked up my cards and I looked at the goal, and I knew that it was going to be impossible for us to win, and you guys were like, no, it's possible, and it was, and we lost.
Yeah, we very quickly found out.
I was like, we might as well just redeal.
we
My
like to give it a
cards
go.
are fine.
Exactly. So basically it was Zoe's fault.
It was the dealer's fault.
Did you deal that round?
No.
The third and final game we played that night was Draftosaurus, which is a game where you are passing around dinosaur meeples, the different varieties, which you're then placing into a sort of park. And if you're not the active player, you roll a dice, which limits where your opponents can place their dinosaurs. And it's a bit of a set collection draft game. It's very light and welcoming. But what did you guys think?
I love this game. The little figurines
so
are adorable. We even put on some Jurassic Park music in the background while we were playing. Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was good fun. Wow.
I think that definitely did add to the mood when you can partner a game up with some music or some snacks or whatever to sort of add to the atmosphere.
We ate dinosaurs.
That's true. I did buy the lolly dinosaurs in preparation. I really love Sushi Go, which is another sort of intro level or welcoming level drafting game, just with cards rather than meeples. So I really love that. So this, I felt like I was like, oh, okay, I get what this is doing. It's still fun, but I sort of was like, I like this more. But what was really great about that game is you have the map where you're placing dinosaurs in different conditions of this one wants them to all be the same, this one wants them separate, this one wants pairs, and then you flip the map over, and it's an entirely different type of set collection. So even in that sort of small game, there was some variation.
I think that's very true. And the tactics that I thought I had developed in that first round on one side of the board and then flip it over, it's like, oh, some of this will work. But then I think I could also see, based on what had happened the previous round, some of this will work really well and some of this will not work at all, kind of stuff. So that was really fun to explore those different dynamics.
You can look at other people's boards as well and see, oh, they're collecting that type of dinosaur. I'm going to take that one so they can't have it.
Yeah, I'm going to cut them off that pair. I'm going to, oh, there's this spot that actually counts your opponent's type of dinosaur. I'll take that as well. Now, so of the 3 games we had, would you want to own it? Would you happy to play it, or would you avoid it? So we'll start off with Mintworks.
I'm happy not to play that one again.
Okay.
Yeah, it was alright, but...
I think, I mean, as you said, the compact nature, that's probably another really easy one for me because it would be so easy to travel around with and quite a simple introductory game. So I'd happily get a copy of that.
Okay. The Crew.
I'd play it again. I don't think, I mean, 'cause you just play Hearts. It's very similar.
Yeah,
Deck of cards.
Yeah, deck of cards, you probably get a similar-ish game. Maybe not quite the same, but you can get something like it.
I think I might stay away from it, just on the grounds that we did wind up skipping to essentially halfway-ish through it. And so I feel in that way maybe there's an amount of content that's not there, but perhaps there's some resolution to that.
And Draftosaurus.
Yeah, I want that game. It's so cute. I want
Yes.
to buy it.
Yes.
It's funny because I brought all 3 of those games, and Draftosaurus is the one that I'm like, we'll see how I go with a couple more players and whether I want to keep this or not. The other 2 I like a lot more, which is funny
Maybe
how
we
that
could do a
turns
trade.
out. We'll see. But that was a game night that it was enjoyable. And now I know a couple of games not to bring next time.